self-realization by itself is not a big thing. Self-realization is like the space of God inside of you opens. Tiny little bit. And then that energy of God inside flows into your aura. It expands. And it's there. And Satyani said very beautiful, and I think she put it into right words, the other student of mine, in Russian, and she said, what was before underlying a sense of misery always, some depression, oh it won't work, and that life is not really good, there's always some misery beyond, and that changes into, oh, everything will be easy, it will work out in the right way. It's suddenly like with this self-realization, that sense comes. The sense of negativity goes away, and the sense of, oh yeah, it's a challenge, I will do it, it's okay, it's there. And you're not engaging with it anymore. And this makes this little tiny opening. It's the love of God inside, flowing, penetrating all of your actions. And this is like an amazing gift. And you can only see it later. It's like suddenly like, oh, where is the constant negativity? It's gone. And then that energy, that realization, self-realization, I am God, takes more and more of your negativity from the inside out. It comes from here and it says, your conscience, your dein gutes Gewissen, it becomes stronger and stronger, becomes more and more awareness and takes more and more aware your negative actions, your negative thinking. You become aware of it. It's like a floodlight, and this is a negative part, like this, not negative, of course it's good, but it floods, it brings a very strong beam of light on each of your actions, of your negative actions. Before you could hide them, well, everybody does that, blah blah blah, it's like, this person needs help, let them go there, and suddenly it's like this light is there, why don't you do this? He's a fellow brother, you help. It's like, it's there. And this is the part where self-realization doesn't allow you to escape. It's like God inside of you wanting you to recognize that everybody is God. That God which is inside of me is inside of you, is in everybody. And that part wants to relate to this other person. There's no other person, but personality, mask, in the form of, okay, let's relate, let's play together, let's have a beautiful game together. And the smallest beggar and the highest king, all the same God inside. And this is something that happens when self-realization is happening inside of you. It goes from the little nitty-gritty ego, I just have to survive by myself, and it's suddenly self-realization, I am God. I serve, I give, I receive. And it makes us, what I call it, makes us to a human being. Sometimes it's stronger there when we are in peace, and we have patternings, deep shit, overshadowing it, we are not aware of it. And we all have this. There is nobody. I worked in the beginning of last year, we worked in Berlin, and there's a so-called Enlightenment, Congress of Enlightened People, Enlightened Teachers in Germany. And even with enlightenment, it was their theme at that time. It's like even with enlightenment, you still have your patterning, you still have your shit boiling. it does not mean that even if in your enlightenment that everything is gone. Yeah? Even in enlightenment, yeah? And you're patterning, yeah? You're not identified with it. But if you don't put attention on it and work with it, it overshadows even your enlightenment. It is Jesus on the cross. Yeah? And he said, when he was on the cross, yeah? And before he said, God, please forgive all these people, they don't know what they do. In that moment he identified with it, and suddenly he was screaming, God, God, why did you leave me? Yeah? Because he identified with others. He lost his peace inside. Yeah? He lost his Christ consciousness in that moment. It's very interesting that it is related to us. Yeah? It's like even our service to others is not as important as staying in peace and being connected with our consciousness.